it's been quite an interesting thing as a psychologist, I suppose, watching what's been going on for people and experiencing it myself. And I think if you think about it, technically, even outside of this world, the future's always uncertain. This is all about future proofing and being able to be ready for the future, isn't it? This is your theme of your topic, but the future is uncertain. No one does know. So actually it's really helpful to know these things anyway. So thank you, pandemic, for helping us prepare for it, right? So
you're the first person to thank the pandemic.
One of my tools and techniques is reframe the really crap situations into positive ones that you're grateful for. But to be honest, I mean, in all seriousness, it's shown what it does to us mentally, because it's zoned in. It's a huge amount of uncertainty in every area, not just uncertainty but change as well. So it's not just uncertainty about what's going to happen, it's dealing with changes constantly. And if you wind back right to the beginning of the pandemic, and when we were going to be locked down, weren't we going to be locked down, then we were locked down, then what does that happen, and then lots of things were changing for everybody, not just at work, not just in terms of how they got to work or the way they worked, but also at home and how you do things at home, and what's going on for everybody else at home and your friends and the world and so it was hitting us from all angles. And what I was noticing about what people were telling me, a couple of things. Firstly, no one person's experience was the same, or their experience was not. That you might have had similar things, but no one person has had it in the same way, had the experience in the same way. But also, I suppose, mentally, I would talk more emotionally, and I guess that's where a lot of my themes are around emotions. I call it emotional health versus mental health, because a lot of our problems are caused by our mismanagement of emotions. And what happened at the beginning of the pandemic, probably what's continuing to happen as the world continues to be uncertain when we're trying to go back to work, is you've got lots of different emotions going on. So you've got loss, you've got sadness. So you've lost, it might be extreme sadness from losing a person you love, but it might be you losing your job, it might be losing that holiday you planned for, losing your certainty on how you got to work, losing your freedom and how you operate. You lots of people experience lots of loss, but people also experience lots of things being taken away from them. So that led to quite a lot of anger. When we get things taken away from us without our choice, it leads to anger. Then you've got a lot of shame because, I should be doing this and I shouldn't be doing that, and these are the rules, and should I do Then you've got a lot of guilt, because my life's a bit better than theirs and they're having it a lot worse than me, and and it just goes on. And worry, I haven't even mentioned worry, right? Worry and fear. So
it's a real mixing pot, isn't it?
Huge mixing pot. And I think we're not always aware, and we can beat ourselves up hugely for not being on it. Not being on it, not being able to cope or deal with it. But I'm not surprised when there's so many different types of emotions, and you're being hit, especially at the very beginning, but I suspect it's going to continue for a while. You're being hit constantly with something new to react to. So it might be something that makes you feel a sense of loss, or the next thing might make you angry, or the next thing might make you feel guilty, or the next thing might bring them all, and it's just constant. So I think it's probably, to put it mildly, unstabilized, destabilized us emotionally. I think talking about how it affects us emotionally, mentally, there's a lot to deal with. Hijacked, I call it emotional hijack. Our ability to think straight is hijacked by our emotions, especially if we don't deal with them.